Well, howdy. Amateur artist Mark D. Chandler here once again from ManLand. Hang on just a second. Let me take a load off. There, that's perfect. Right where I want it. I decided to bring my backpack out today with all types of fire starting techniques, the ones that I personally have mastered. Now, not all the fire starting techniques are going to be demonstrated here on this video, because we'd be here for days. The medium I'm going to be using today as far as starting fires is going to be with pine straw. Let's start with one of the simplest fire starters there is, the common everyday Bic lighter. Yes, it works, and I think y'all know this. Now, before you turn the video off, okay, stick around, watch all these techniques. It'll get you going. Another technique that I've mastered happens to be the waterproof matches made by Coleman. That's right. Bear with me, folks. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. They're not windproof. But to help prevent that wind from blowing out your matches, I have sat there and figured out a technique here by putting my match down inside the pine straw real close, then striking it upon the box. And that gets a fire there. It helps to reduce it going out. Another technique that I happen to love that is low impact is the fact we use a magnifying glass. That's right, I made my own little case here. But this requires the sun. Not always an option when it's dark. Hello out there in YouTube land. Had to set it here on the ground because this ain't easy to do with the camera in a certain position. Let's try this again. And I got to get close enough to blow this thing into flame once I get it all charred up. There we go. Zappy zappy. Oh, I had it. I blew it out. There we go. Now, y'all see the flame. Finally, success. That was kind of difficult because I had to set it up for the camera. Another technique I happen to love is the old Ferro Rod. Now this right here is pretty much a guarantee, but it can still be tricky, even with pine straw. Now for this technique, we're going to cheat with this leaf. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape some of this Ferro Rod material off onto that leaf. And if it's like a bowl shape, it helps. And yeah, I'm starting to hit it already, and I don't want to do that. Ah! See what happens? Okay, so far so good. Now, what I want to do is to put this pine straw inside that leaf, pressing some of the fibers down. And the wind's picked up, that helps a little bit. Now, here we go. We're going to give it maybe a few more scrapes and try not to bust that stuff. Finally, a flame. Okay. Without setting the leaf on fire. Well, there's your Ferro Rod technique using pine straw, and I should say with an added leaf. And now, just for the heck of it, let's do the famous cotton ball fire roll. I love this. It's a lot of fun. Ordinary cotton ball, unroll it there, and then I'm going to take some Comet cleanser instead of wood ash.
Just a dab would do. You don't need that little ember, whatever that thing is. Spur that around good, just kind of pat it, and then we're going to roll it. That's right. Well, at least I know this works. Then we're going to roll it up on our hand. Don't need that leaf there. Debris off my hand here.
And we're going to roll this thing until we get a really tight roll. I'm going to keep all this in frame so you don't think there's any trickery.
All it is Comet Cleanser. This is the stuff with bleach. Don't have to have bleach. I didn't think it was going to work with the bleach, but it does. So I'm going to get the cotton roll here, rolled up real tight with my hand here first. Then we're going to finish rolling it, get it tighter with this here board. And this is what I did a while ago. I checked to make sure I was in frame. And I actually got it to work. Blew it into a flame, and when I went to look at the footage, it was off. Like I'd run out of memory. And I got a big memory card in there, y'all. Oh well, only on camera. Here we go.
Well, one thing I need to re-explain here is to get this cotton roll as tight as you can. Because as you're going fast and increasing pressure, this cotton roll will have a tendency to flatten out and will scoot across the board. So that's why we want to get it good and tight. Here we go. Just rolling it back and forth. Starting to smolder already, but I unrolled it here. Here we go.
Trying to keep everything in frame. No need to hurry, no need to rush. Gonna place this inside. That dude is hot. Get her wrapped around good. Make sure my hair's not in the way this time. Let me get some more pine straw and put on the backside. Just ordinary pine straw, y'all. I'm doing this for the camera, and this is a weird angle for me to be doing this at. Hot on my backside.
Did it do it again? That was still recording. Oh, there we go. The wind helped me out. Finally, got that on video. Now I saved my favorite way of starting a fire for next to last. Here we have the Pathfinder's Flint and Steel. This is the bag we made last year at the very first rendezvous. Jason the Parker Ridges showed us how to make these things. This is kind of my fire starting kit. And right now I got a piece of chaga, a lot of pieces of flint. There's a rock that I collected, and of course a bobby pin that has some snare wire. Don't know what that's doing in there, but there it is. But I'm not going to be utilizing this per se just yet. I'm going to be using the actual Flint and Steel from the Pathfinder school. And in there it's got a wick. I'm not going to use the wick technique because my favorite way to start a fire is actually with charred punk wood. Now that's a technique that I've learned on the internet, but more importantly from Stan. That is Deep South experience. Now let's see if I can't get this to work. They're jumping in there, but it got to land just right. There's one there. Right there in that corner. I hope that camera's picking it up. Gonna get some pine straw again.
There it goes.
And we have a flame. You know, it went out. There we go. Now you see, that's one of my favorite ways to make a fire. Now ladies and gentlemen, I happen to have saved the toughest of my adventures, my challenges, which happens to be the bow drill. I've been very successful with getting a cherry, but I've not actually blown one into flame. So I'm hoping that I can actually do this on this particular video. It will be, if successful, the very first time I take a cherry from the bow drill and blew it into flame. For the bearing block, I'm using a rubber eraser. I'm not making that up, a rubber eraser. And it just so happened I've got a washer that snapped right in there to sit on top of the spindle. And because it's rubberized, I'm able to put a lot of pressure against it and it don't hurt my hand. Again. Now I found with this technique, if you blow, and get that dude going, and bear down last second and go for all the glory. Whew. A little bit windy out here, but I think I got it going. Now they say there's no rush. The wind's blowing just a little bit here. That helps the start that cherry. I'm starting to see it form now. I got my pine straw. Get out of there, pine straw. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, damn pine straw. Knocked my cherry out of place. And I'm getting eraser everywhere. And pine straw. Damn it, get out of the way. You're messing up my video. Then go for the gusto. Damn it. If I don't burn through my hearthboard, get it on, little doggy. I burnt through the hearthboard. No need in stopping now. Dang it, I keep putting stuff in the way. Did I get it this time? Nope, not right off the bat. I did not. Did I mention this is not my favorite way to start a fire? Gotta notch my notch out. I feel like the castaway. Damn. Yep, I can tell I'm tired now. Alright, you can tell by the notches, this is like my 8th or 9th attempt to do this. Let's burn this back in. Got good smoke. I can't go for it. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I'm dragging the ground. What am I doing wrong? Alright, try number 10. I'm sweating. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. Ooh, I'm gonna be so happy if this works. Here we go. Now, I happen to mention this is not my favorite way of starting a fire. I am wore out. Bubba, am I wore out? Never surrender. Never give up. I don't know. And, ladies and gentlemen, negative. Y'all, kids, leave the room. You don't want to hear this part. Did I mention this is not one of my favorite ways to start a fire? So, I'm resting up, giving myself some purple drink, and while I do that, I'm going to state this right here and right now. This is not a reliable way to start a fire. That's why I'm still an amateur. Two dissimilar pieces of wood. Very dissimilar. Oh man. Okay, this is like the ultimate maximum excitement here. I'm narrating this now because I wasn't going to talk on the video. But what happened is on attempt number 26, I thought I failed. I got up and turned the camera off as usual, becoming like a repeated thing there, of course. And I took me some more drink of my purple drink, and I happened to look over there at that little stand of pine straw, and I saw a little trickle of smoke. Immediately I turned the camera back on, jumped down, and you're looking at me right now trying to nurse this thing for everything I am worth, because this was the whole point of the video. I tried very, very hard not to blow this thing out. I actually placed pine straw about 3 attempts prior to this, thinking that it was going to solve the problem of being able to transfer that ember into your tinder bundle. But evidently it did help me in a way by allowing oxygen to get underneath. And here I am I'm being very careful with that pine straw right there, y'all. I do not want to knock this one out. So in just a few minutes I'm going to go back to the actual audio just so y'all can see. That's why I'm doing this from beginning to end. I did not succeed in getting it entirely on video. Are you shitting me? Finally. Finally! I hope that was on record. Finally. Now somebody told me that once you get your first fire going with your bow drill, the proper thing to do is to actually burn it. And guess what? I sure as hell don't mind doing that right now. Now I'm not burning this, because that right there took forever to actually do. I don't ever intend on doing that ever again. A very tired amateur artist, Marty D. Chandler from ManLand. Finally. I ain't gonna lie about it. That's the easiest way to start a fire. Guarantee you. Amateur artist Marty D. Chandler once again from ManLand. Y'all take them easy and take them care. Burn, baby, burn.